some easy steps on how to grow a huge following. Check it out. So many people want to have a huge following, to be able to influence others in a huge way, right? We all, I think, want to influence and be able to support other people. How do you do it? Well, right here, I have the answer, and it's coming from the Bible. Listen to this. We're continuing our daily verse-by-verse devotional. We're in Matthew chapter 3, verses 4 through 6. Now check this out. It says, "Now John himself," we're talking about John the Baptist, "John himself was clothed in camel's hair and a leather belt around his waist, and his food was locusts and wild honey." So remember, John the Baptist was a priest. His father was a priest. He should have been in the temple doing his duties, but he wasn't. He's sitting out here in the wilderness and he's weird. He's eating locusts and wild honey. He's dressed in camel's hair. What does he think he's doing? Now check this out. I promised you how to grow a big following. Check this out. Verse 5, it says, "Then Jerusalem, all Judea, and all the regions around the Jordan went out to see him and were baptized by him in the Jordan, confessing their sins." This could have been hundreds of thousands of people over the course of time. I don't know, maybe a couple months or something, that people came. And this was a huge, huge ministry. All these people coming to see this crazy guy dressed in camel's hair and eating grasshoppers. What's going on here? Well, a lot of times in today's culture, we try to think of, well, what do people want? I want to be like other people. I want to do things, and we send out polls and we try and figure things out and surveys. Well, here's the key. Check this out. I promised you how to get that huge following. Here is exactly what John the Baptist did. He listened to God. He listened to God and followed the steps that God wanted him to follow. And later we find it was all for prophecy. It was all, God had already designed this guy's ministry, designed that he would be the forerunner for Christ. Check out some of our earlier videos if you want to hear more of that. This is what John the Baptist was coming and doing. And we see here, he was acting weird, but he was following God. And people came to see this weird guy. And then they were responding to God. They were asking to be baptized. They were confessing their sins. And that's what it takes. When you are trying to get right with God, you got to realize you and I can't on our own. We have to humble ourselves and say, God, I can't. I'm a sinner. I've messed up. I know my own heart, and I'm full of sin. And here's the thing, God knows your heart as well. And he knows you're full of sin, but he still loves you. He loved you enough to die for you. And that's the key thing with the whole thing. Realize this is the God that the Bible speaks of. He's a God that loves you so much he would die for you, even though he knows everything about you, even every thought that you have, every hair upon your head, he knows that exact number. And he loves you. Confess your sins to him. Get right with God. Turn from those sins. Turn to Jesus. Ask him for salvation. He wants to save you. He wants to open his arms and give you a hug and bring you into his kingdom. That's what it's all about. I sure love you guys.